Today on Kababayan LA, we are talking about using technology in style. And when I say in style, I'm not talking about fashion. I'm talking about proper manners. Proper manners are always in style. Etiquette is always in style, correct?
That's right.
Yes, Melba is joining us once again on Kababayan LA. Earlier, we've covered, so far, email and cell phones, proper use, do's and don'ts and all that. You mentioned that you had something to add to the cell phone?
That's right. We have to remember, in places of worship, turn off the cell phone. When you go to the theater, when you go to the movie house, isn't it, irritating to hear that cell phone ringing?
Right.
And when you go to church, you know what? God may want to talk to you, but he's not going to go through Verizon or T-Mobile, so turn it off. Okay?
That's probably why. Siguro kaya naka-on yun, hinihintay nilang tumawag si God. But anyways, yes, that is, of course, something that we keep in mind. So a lot of these things are common sense, Melba, but because of how busy we are, sometimes we neglect, or sometimes some people don't even know that proper, uses, proper manners don't apply to technology. And that is not the case, correct?
That's not the case. It always will. Manners will always get you somewhere.
All right. Manners will always get you somewhere. Even on Facebook and Twitter, you need that. And other social networking sites. Let's first talk about Facebook. Be mindful of what you post and of your tone.
All right. Just as we talked about in the email, the tone is very important because you can write whatever you want to say, but they can't hear you, they don't hear the intonation of your voice, and they can misunderstand.
But some people always just use Facebook for that purpose, which is to rant, to complain.
That's right. And it's unfortunate because that's not how we should use the social networking. In the beginning, when they started the Facebook, it was to look for the people that you hadn't seen for a long, long while.
Right.
To, touch base with long lost friends and relatives and so forth. And that's great. It still is. But we've abused it. We really have.
Right. And sometimes, when we say we're depressed, people don't really, do they really want to hear? Do they care? Do you care when you say, when you see on Facebook that people are depressed?
Well, I can't eat today. I have a stomach ache. And then 15 minutes, I feel better now. I think I'm going to eat this. Do you have to tell people that?
Right.
I don't think so.
What about taking pictures? I do this sometimes. I take pictures of the food and I tweet it.
That's fine. You want to share it with a couple of friends, but you don't have to share it with your thousands of friends.
Right. Okay, so now let's talk about that. Message and call for private matters instead of posting on the wall. Because some people, they use the wall. Like earlier, Eugene, my makeup artist, was doing my hair. We were talking about this, and she said there were actually two people that fought.
On his wall.
On his wall, on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
That's sad. People forget that they know that there are other people that are looking in and reading these things, but they forget themselves. And so if it's of a personal tone, use the email.
What if that's the purpose? What if the purpose is to really slander and malign that other person, knowing that other people can read what it is that's being written about?
Right. Well, then, if it happens on your wall, then you can tell them to please get off and continue their conversation somewhere else.
Do you delete it? Do you delete the messages? Can you do that on Facebook?
I'm sure you can delete.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Now, what about some people that are, let's say, for example, 5 people comment on your post, and do you have to thank each and everyone personally, or single out?
Why don't you have a blanket thank you or blanket comment? If you want to say the same thing to all 5, then just put them all.
Right. What about, say, for example, I have 5 comments, and one of those comments that happened to me is a friend that I wanted to get in touch with, and so I single her out and I say, hey, in the name of the person, and I said, long time no see, what are you up to, blah, blah.
That's fine, and then get their email, and then continue the communication somewhere else.
So anything that's private should remain private and not on public walls.
Please.
Yes. What about, let's say there's 3 of you that's, you're rallying behind somebody. It's like a group conversation. Do you let other people know about it too, or should you just form a group thread on your own?
Just form your own group thread. Choose the information that you want other people to see. If it's not for their eyes and their ears, then, keep them out of it.
And because that is another tip also, do not overshare. What's oversharing?
Oversharing is just, it's like undressing in front of people. They know everything that there is to know about you.
They know everything that's happening. They know your schedule. They know where you are.
That's right. And you know what? That is a safety issue as well.
Right. Very dangerous also. Okay. Don't make friend requests to strangers. That's also a safety issue.
Yes, it is.
Why would you make a friend request to strangers? What if, you meet them once and they don't remember you? What do you do?
Well, if somebody wants to befriend you or you want to befriend someone, let them know where you met.
So send them a message.
Yes, bring that to their remembrance so that they have a choice whether, to say yes or no. But as far as the safety issue is concerned, so many people have gotten hurt, physically hurt, by befriending strangers on Facebook, and then
and even accepting friend requests from people that you don't know. So if you don't know, you'd rather just say no than please them.
Get into trouble later on.
Yes. Okay, and this is also good for Twitter too. Don't tag your friends in unglamorous shots. That's just very rude.
I know it is, right?
Yes. And what I don't like is people tagging you on Facebook, because I'm a new Facebook user, and people tag you for things that you have nothing to do with. Meron silang event, itatag ka nila, pero wala ka namang kinalaman doon, pero lalabas sa wall mo.
That's
right. It's like they're advertising on your wall, which is rude, right?
That's true. I think people forget, they may not mean to be rude, but they forget. And so just remember, use it Facebook, but be very careful how you use it, and be very concerned about how it will affect other people.
And of course, Facebook, similar to Twitter. Twitter is the same thing, but I think the thing to remember on Twitter is it's an exercise on brevity, so please keep it short.
That's right. That's really right. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That was a lot. We covered a lot.
We really did. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Don't forget, guys, as Melba said, manners, good manners never go out of style. It's always in style. Thank you so much, and hope you guys picked up a lot. More power to you. That's the email on the screen if you want to ask Melba any questions. We're going to be talking about wedding etiquette, other kinds of etiquette, job etiquette or workplace etiquette, job interview and all that. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of you in the coming days here.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much, and more power.
All right.
Thank you for joining us today on the show. This has been Janelle Sawyer, Kababayan in Los Angeles. I'll see you next time.